Hello, this is Super Cool. Time for another Super Cool reviews. We continue once again on our Kingdom Hearts journey with the first ever Kingdom Hearts prequel. We've seen that before, but one that takes place way before the game. We will later see that again, but one that connects the plots together. This is where it starts to get strange. Again, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. It was a PSP game that was later remastered for the PlayStation 3/PlayStation 4 and later Xbox One in the HD collections. And so, what are my thoughts? In my opinion, this is one of the best out of the non-numbered titles. It's close to the original, but not that close. What's the plot? We follow three main characters this time. Ventus, voiced by Jesse McCarthy, Terra, voiced by Jason Drawling, and Aqua, voiced by Willa Holland. They're three best friends who like to sit beneath the stars with their lucky charms and have dreams of becoming a Keyblade wielder. When the day of the Mark of Mastery arrives, the day in which one will become a Keyblade Master, which is held by their master Ericus, voiced by Mark Hamill, and Xehanort. That's right, the same Xehanort from Kingdom Hearts 2, voiced this time by Leonard Nimoy. Terra and Aqua do the test, but only Aqua passes due to Terra succumbing to the darkness. Meanwhile, Xehanort does a Darth Sidious on Terra, telling him to channel the darkness and stop this masked boy named Vanitas, voiced by Haley Joel Osment, from endangering the world. That you can probably guess where this is going. Ventus goes after Terra to figure out what's going on with him, and Aqua goes after the two because she's kind of like the janitor slash only adult parent, and all of this is playing up to Xehanort's plot, which you can probably guess how this ends. So let's talk about the plot. Pros, and that being the plot. If you thought 358 over 2 days story was brutal, this is even more brutal because when you finish the game, you realize that all of this happened because the loss of three characters with horrible fates at the end. Yeah, no spoilers, you can probably guess that was gonna happen. And the fact that in the previous installments, no one has even bothered to save them. Like, damn! Yeah, also, I love how they try to add some plots to some additional plots from the previous games and try to tie it all up. Like, we see younger versions of Xigbar, Zaladin, and Zexion, Lexius, Vexen, Syx, and Axel in Radiant Gardens. We see Mickey. He'd be truly gonna become a Keyblade Master. We also see Pete and how he was banished. We also see how the Princesses of Heart play into place, and we also figure out how Sora and Riku were able to wield the Keyblade. What I also love is specific moments in this, specifically in the last act, because if you all watch the secret ending to Kingdom Hearts 2, it's not near as epic as it was, but it's just as epic. I also love how they add new gameplay features. Like this time you have more than 4 commands. And most of them are your magic abilities and combat abilities that if you use a certain amount, you can turn to a different fighting style. They also introduce shock locks, which can basically target as many enemies as you want to launch a bunch of projectiles or special moves on them. And I also love the music. It's so damn catchy, like all the previous games, and so heartwarming, catchy, badass, upbeat, and you just can't get out of your head. And I also love how the characters kind of play out. Specifically, Ventus. Like he looks like Roxas, but you figure out, and you can probably figure out why Roxas looks like Ventus in a way, but I digress. It's like he's young, he's innocent, he just wants friends, and he's confused. He doesn't remember much about his past, but as you drove over, you figure out, you just say, "Oh, that poor boy." Aqua's my second favorite character, and she's honestly one of the better female characters in the game because she's badass, independent, and not too much of a Mary Sue, but she's still badass. Terra, while I don't hate Terra, he's still, I don't know, he's too much of an Anakin Skywalker. In fact, this whole game kind of rips off Star Wars, including an evil old man who tries to manipulate a youth, leading to a horrible fate, and leading to him turning into the darkness, yada 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 yada. And if I do have one pro/con of the game, it's the voice acting. Jesse McCarthy as Ventus was really good. Jason Drolling as Terra was a mixed bag, since sometimes he sounds deep, sometimes he sounds too upbeat and real hard. Willa Holland as Aqua wasn't bad, but she just sounded too dry and emotionless. But what I really liked was Leonard Nimoy as Xehanort and Mark Hamill as Ericus. I mean, come on. You can tell Nomura wasn't or loves Star Wars and Star Trek, then wanted to have the two legends come together and clash. And it's like, don't deny it. And I also love Haley Joel Osment's performance as Vanitas. And if you listen to his performance as Sora and Vanitas, you can tell them apart. Another con of the game is that the story's good, but it's kind of hard to follow specifically. Like, they don't fully explain stuff that's gonna happen, but you have to use your head to figure it out, and it just goes all over the place. Con is some of the gameplay mechanics I don't enjoy. Like for certain abilities, you have to buy a bunch of commands and meld them, but once you figure out that's not the right command, you have to go to the shop, buy it again, level up to your max, and meld again just to get that same damn ability. Or you could just use the internet to get that said ability. But in the ending, it's such a downer ending, but yet hopeful, sort of like in Star Wars in a way. In fact, like I said before, this whole game and franchise is kind of like Star Wars. In fact, when you first see Xehanort, you can tell he's already evil. I mean, who wouldn't trust a guy who hunches back, has an evil grin, yellow eyes, loves to move his fingers a lot? I mean, come on, you just can't deny he's 100% evil from the start. Alright, so overall, I really love this game. It's not as good as 1 and 2, but it's in my pack. I give Kingdom Hearts, so the series rank so far, Kingdom Hearts 1, an 82 out of 100. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, a 74 out of 100. Kingdom Hearts 2, an 86 out of 100. Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, a 79 out of 100. And this game, an 80 out of 100. This is Super Cool, signing off. Bye.